All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into Locker Room Sports Talk. I'm your host, Big Matt. We are waiting on the college football playoff top 25 show to start, and gosh, there's like 5 or 10 minutes left in this basketball game. I'm watching it here. So anyway, let's jump right in here and let's talk about the Iron Bowl. Boogie woogie, boogie woogie. Alabama is still a 6.5 point favorite on the day. I'm not surprised. I mean, look, it's supposed to be. Yeah, they're still at 6.5. The 46.5 on the over under. Auburn's games this year have been a real highlight and a real understanding of, you just have to watch them and know their team and how this Auburn team has kind of operated this year. They went on 3 weeks to, straight to start the year off, played some smaller opponents, Ball States and South Alabama's, and then it began to get in a position where they couldn't score. Either it's like after the South Alabama game in halftime, they didn't really score much no more. I mean, it's like they lost to Oklahoma 24-17, A&M 16-10, 20-10 against Georgia, 23-17 Mizzou. They found out a way to beat Arkansas, and then they lose to Kentucky, and they fire Freeze, and they come back out the next week and scored 38, but it wasn't enough because Vanderbilt scored 45, and of course they scored 62 against Mercer this past weekend, and Mercer's pretty good. They're not a bad team. Of course, they pulled their starters. Their quarterback played some more. Let's see, did he play it? So I thought they played their other guy. Yeah, they played their other guy some too, and Miller rushed the ball 14 carries. He played most all the first half. Yeah, they let some of the other guys play. The J.D. Pickles guy come in and played, and shows even DJ Smith, which was number one for them. He is a senior quarterback. He come in and run a play for them. Guys from Greenwood, Mississippi. So, if seemed like, if they could put complete whole games together, that Auburn could, I don't know, possibly, they could be 7-4. I don't, and here's, the bad part, and we're trying not to rewind on this whole thing about their season. We're going to talk about Bama, then we're going to try to put it all together here. We're waiting on the college football playoff. This Basket Maui Invitational is like run way late. It's way over. I don't know how it gets that far out of time, and it's kind of a 6-point game, and they're not gonna. I don't know why they won't push over to ESPN2 or ESPNU. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, because on ESPN2 is that invitational that they played yesterday. Alabama lost by 10 to Gonzaga, and Auburn had beat Oregon. Gonzaga's got a good basketball team. Oregon does not. So anyway, the Auburn's identity has been, they've been able to run the ball pretty well defensively. They've held a lot of teams under their average of points. I guess you don't consider their first game. They did win, but they give up 24, that's not bad. I mean, Baylor's not good either, but they just couldn't put together full games. And from what I watched on Bo Wallace, he was on the Barn talking to Charlie Five. They're just trying to figure out what what happened with Freeze and like his techniques and how he operates and that kind of stuff. Well, what's the whole identity with that? What is behind this whole operation. Bo Wallace said that how Freeze operates. This is, I mean, he played for him. He said how he operates is it seems like to him watching them coach at Auburn this year and how he was at Ole Miss. He says a lot of the same stuff. The coaches that have a different coach on second or third down, he's like that he did it there. Yeah, like no, that's not a big deal. A lot of other coaches do have another coach that'll call third downs and stuff, which is not it's not strange. But how he would his speed of play calling, one, and two, his complacency of some of his play calls, talking about Freeze, talking about at Auburn, like kind of why he coached the way he did, where Auburn is kind of now where they are. We're kind of previewing the Iron Bowl. We're talking about Bama and Auburn. That he kind of seems like because he felt like his defense was good enough that he didn't have to score a lot of points. So he kind of called vanilla offense. I know that sounds crazy. Like, you got to call the plays you got to call to score the most points you can score no matter what's going on. I mean, lose to Oklahoma, 24-17. 25 points would have been enough. You're at A&M. Let's go over here to A&M game. Come on, stop dragging. A&M threw for 200 yards and ran for over 200 yards. So defensively, Auburn did not real good. I mean, I know they 16-10 was the final score, but I think some of these games that they didn't have to score, a lot of points there. It was enough, for them to beat Auburn, to just kind of put them away and say, well, my quarterback threw for over 200 yards and he did throw a pick that day, but, Moss run for 140 yards. Like, they led the whole game. Auburn didn't even score. They kicked a field goal in the second quarter, and they didn't score a touchdown until late. I mean, it was pretty much 13-3 most of the game. A&M has come out and scored first. What I'm saying is they, talk about the defense and stuff, and Auburn did have 4 sacks in that game, against A&M. A&M had 5. But so how is this going to, match up with Bama? Well, let's talk about Alabama and their miscomings and where they've kind of just started falling off the ship when their ship motor went blank and they couldn't. They just kind of quit scoring. Golly, how long is this game going to be, man? I mean, we're going to have to. I don't. It should. There's 7 minutes left. There was 10 minutes on there when we started the show, and we've been on for 12 minutes. And absolutely nobody cares about USC and Seton Hall. I don't. Like, absolutely pointless. Now, Bama started out the year on the struggle bus, 31-17. Of course, lost to Florida State. Everybody in the world knows about it because that's all anybody talks about is just that loss. They then go on to win their next 2 easier games at home. Wisconsin, easy game. Monroe, easy game. Well, then they tear off and go to Georgia, win by 3. Host Vanderbilt, double them up. Go on the road to a hot Missouri team at the time. It was, everybody was kind of talking about them being, wow, all right, they run the ball well. And this Hardy kid, he's pretty good. Bama, be careful out of Missouri. They beat Missouri, beat them by 3 at Missouri. Then they come back on at home and they by 2 touchdowns, beat Tennessee. Probably one of their best games they played. Well, here's where it kind of started. And by started, I mean not the clunky offense, because if you just want to really, really be honest, and me doing a complete macro view, umbrella effect here, looking down on the situation at Bama, seeing all of it, if you go back to the start of the year, and if you watched them closely last year, which a lot of people that's watching don't. They don't have time to watch all their games closely and watch highlights and study how their line blocks, how their running backs run, how their quarterback plays. Okay, it's just, most people just don't. There's a lot of people watching too are fans of other teams, so they watch their team and they work, 40 hours a week. Well, I do this stuff every day and work a regular job too, because it's just what I like to do. And I enjoy bringing the news to you guys. So breaking it down and seeing it from last year to now, I mean, look at the scores. Bama wins all these games 38-14, 24-21, 30-14, 27-24, 37-20, 29-22, 20-9. And then they lose 23-21, turn the ball over 4 times, and you lose the game by 2 points. And you missed a field goal. So you still should have won the game by 1, and you played absolutely terrible. And that lets me know where Oklahoma is. They're not number 8. They're not. Oklahoma's maybe a top 15 team for me. I'm talking about how they play and watching them and looking at their yardage, looking at their quarterback, looking at how their defense plays and what they allow. Dude, Bama doubled them up and had over 400 yards on them. And they bump them way up in the playoffs. Well, they just find a way to win. Okay, yeah, but how good are they? We want to see good games. In this Bama team, they're not any better than they was last year. Show me where they're better. The running game still struggles. It looked better last year, man. I mean, let's go look at the yards. Yeah, that's good. You go look at the yards. I'm going to tell you what the games look like. What did the games look like? You go watch the games. Go watch the games that Alabama has played, and you'll see they're the same team. Still have trouble blocking up front offensive line, and we didn't have the sacks quite as like last year because Milroe can run and get out of the way, and Ty don't. Grubb's there, and he's playing that pro-style offense with a guy starting his first year of college football, 5-star kid, good kid in high school, played good ball, dual threat guy. Grubb just refuses to run him. He'll run him about once a game because he's scared he's going to lose him. Bro, we got 2 good quarterbacks. Run him. If he gets hurt, it's just football. I mean, you don't want to run him to get hurt intentionally, but Ty's going to have to run the ball. You've got to alleviate some of the failures in the running game that Alabama's had for 4 years. Alabama's had running game problems for 4 years. Gibbs was the last good tailback at Alabama, and they're bragging on him right now in the pros. Did you know that he led the team in receiving, the running back? Did you know that DeBoer was building a team at Washington that would wind up going playing for a national championship like 2 years after that, while that was going on in Alabama? Yeah. So this offense of, Sheridan, and he called the plays last year, but it's still going to be that Grubb style. I mean, they've been together for years. I mean, it's kind of going to be the same kind of sort of stuff, a little bit different. And you can see Grubb's shot in a little more of those trick plays here or there, some more sweeps and those kind of things. The bootlegs a little bit more. Sheridan had opportunity to use Milroe to his advantage, And he did a lot of the times. And people fussed about that. And Milroe would miss some small passes over the middle and miss some passes here. You know, let's just do this. We're talking about Alabama right here. Golly, this game is 4 minutes. They're shooting free throws and calling timeouts. That ain't no way they could take the college football playoff show that off TV because the game is insanely out of whack. It's got to be on. Yeah, somebody messaged me. Somebody hit the comments over here and tell me it's on. It's not. I'm looking on ESPN2. That's freaking halftime at St. John's. SEC Network, ACC Network, ESPNU is Bowling Green's playing. And ESPN West is running with the Wolves. Some college football top 25. That's crazy. That's terrible. These are terrible games. I don't nobody want to watch them. So I guess I'll just stay on here till we get that, till we figure that out. So let's look over here at statistics. Ty Simpson. This time of the year, we're in week 13? 9? Yeah, week 11. We played 11 games. Okay. Throw for about 3,000 yards. Completion percentage for Ty is 67. He's 22 touchdowns for 4 picks. Now let's go. Let's do this. Hang on. Week 14 for 2024. Jalen Milroe. In week 14, Jalen Milroe had a dominant rushing performance against LSU, 185 and 4 touchdowns with 12 carries. In addition to, he passed for 100 yards. He was 12 for 18 passing, and they beat LSU last year 43-13. Because Jalen running the ball. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get. I'll get his stats. It's got a freaking diesel truck going by here with not a muffler one on it. Last year, his stats were he threw for complete total last year. Milroe threw for 2,800. So Ty has already passed him in passing yards. 16 touchdowns. Ty's already thrown 22. He's passed him on that. Jalen threw 11 picks last year at this time. Ty's only threw 4. That's 7 more. Milroe's completion percentage was 64. Jalen's a 67. He rushed for 700 yards and rushed for 20 touchdowns on 168 attempts. He had 36 total touchdowns, 16 passing, 20 rushing. Passer rating was a 148.8. Ty's right now is 154.8. So it's the same thing. It's pretty much the same offense as we seen last year. And if you're trying to now, we're going to put the two teams together, and we're going to look at, how does this anemic non-rushing offense, how are they going to be able to play against Auburn? And, a team that's had fairly good success running the ball. Cobb's at 900 yards, but Ashton Daniels is 50 for 80 with 500 yards passing, 63% percentage completion on the day. Cobb has ran for 900. Arnold's rushed for 300 something. We're not going to see him anymore. Ashton's run for 170. Defensively, Atkins for Auburn, he's 81 tackles right now. Pleasant has 2 interceptions. So 81 tackles for Atkins and 2 picks for Pleasant. But Pleasant gets 2 pass interferences a game every game. He holds bad. I watched him. If they show the camera full out, Pleasant, he holds about every play. Jordan Jefferson, he's got nearly 60 tackles, and Hubbard has 3 interceptions. And Jim has ran for less than half the amount that Cobb has. So, it's just really, it's absolutely just, not even comparison. We know that he's a Cobb's ahead of him on rushing. It's just the absolute atrocity to, like, even say you're even a football team. Your tailbacks rush for a couple of 100 yards, and you're fixing to play your 11th game, your 12th game. This is it. This is the end of the regular season, and that's the best you got. That's really, really what you got. Really. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Jim's got to be extremely embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him. Extremely embarrassed. If we're going to, compare the two, we're going to put them together now. Bama is this is their opportunity to play for the SEC championship and to go to the playoffs. They are 4 in the SEC behind A&M, Georgia, and Ole Miss, and that's because the other 3 teams ahead of them have won 10. A&M has won 11 games. Bama's 9-2 at the time, and Auburn is 4th from the bottom. They're 1-6 in the conference. They've won 5 games overall. They're tied with Mississippi State, which is also 1-6 and 5-6 overall. South Carolina is 4-7 overall, and Arkansas is 2-9. They have won no conference games. So South Carolina, Mississippi State, Auburn all have only won 1 conference game. And Matt, you're telling me that team, this team, you're picking them to beat Alabama. Yeah. I'm just being honest with you. Good Lord, can this game how do they mess it up this bad? I'm sorry, guys. This is minute 50. It was on 12 minutes, 26 minutes ago. Absolute shame. So minute 50, that's going to mean about 5 more minutes. So let's get down the nitty-gritty here. Let's hit the peanut gallery. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you on there. We'll be at Plainview Friday night probably, depending on what's going on there. What's going on there, Cassie? Good to see you. Hope everything's well with you. Come to Carrollton and watch the number 1. Lord, I ain't driving over there. It's going to be too cold. Ben says, with Vanderbilt beating Kentucky, Alabama can clinch a spot in the SEC championship game with a win over Auburn. Yes, absolutely. I'm just reading comments, trying to go, what's up, Zachary? I think Freeze has just his mode. Like, he lost it because if you remember how they had to the Land Sharks defense at Ole Miss and how their offense was working, I think he just went post this time. Yeah, I see Seton Hall's losing. Well, they're down 3. We're never going to get this game over with. I think USC's got a bunch of timeouts too. Melrose Joe quarterback Simpson has proven it. Yeah. Oklahoma games with less than 200 yards in offense. It's their defense. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, when they don't even they get doubled up on all the time. Yes, Alabama defense is Womack's done a great job this year. Way better job. Well, it said 6. I mean, that's what I thought too. And I thought, well, I'll wait and go on till 7. But right, if when you go to the app right now, it says like you can see it. It says college football playoff top 25, and it's the basketball game. Yeah, they're getting some bump in their ratings right now. Everybody's like waiting for this stupid game to go off. I mean, it's yeah, Milroe had a good deep ball, 25-yard plus ones. He just missed a lot of mediums, and Ty cannot throw a deep ball. His 25-plus yardage plays down the field. He's like 2 for 18 now. It's bad. So Auburn wins the game. They become bowl eligible, and Charlotte Schultz. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think that's how this is going to go. I think that we're going to put them back together here. Now, I'm going to give the nods towards left to right. Maybe we got 5 freaking minutes to get to this goddamn seconds of this dumb game. And if we go to overtime, I'm going to throw up. We're not going to have a show tonight. They're not going to have. How do you just miss it? Well, we'll skip the bracket this week because Seton Hall and USC. God, man. Nobody cares about USC or like Oregon. They're terrible. Basketball. I don't even have a basketball team. Of course, the nod, if we're going to go down the line here, quarterbacks, running backs, just the general thing. Quarterback, running back, receivers, linebackers. We'll take a look here. Definitely not Ty Simpson over Ashton Daniels or Jackson Arnold, any of those. Running back nod goes towards Cobb. Cobb's way better tailback than Jim Miller. It's not even close. When Jeremiah gets the ball, he's looking to score. He's trying to find a place to get positive yards to get up the field. Jam is looking for another protein shake. I don't know. He runs clumsily. He looks super slow. He should probably be put as a fullback. Just use him as a sniffer, as a blocking back, and let him block for your quicker backs like Riley and Young. And then you get down there close. You can swap Hill out, let him run some, and you got short yardage. Jam would just, for me, would positively be nothing but a blocking back. I may be throwing the ball out on some little screens just to keep them off guard. He would never run the ball. He would never, ever be handed the football ever again in Alabama. Riley and Young will be handed the ball. They would split time. And, of course, he's the bigger of the back. And we could use him on, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 2nd and 4, stuff like that. Let Jam block and let the other two are just quicker. It's just what it is. So, nod, Cobb. So, we're tied. Quarterback, Bama. Running back, Auburn. Wide receivers, absolutely no doubt about it. Jeremy Bernard is heads above Cam Coleman. It's not. I ain't seen Jeremy drop, but maybe like 1 this year. I've seen Cam drop 3 in one game. So that's not close. Linebacker-wise, Atkins and Pierre. Bama has more guys that make tackles, and Atkins is kind of he's their only guy. He leads in tackles and sacks. They don't have a Pierre / Jefferson, like 2 guys that can play it, / Lawson, / Hill Green, / Russo. Like Bama has like 4 guys that play these, rover wolf, linebacker positions. So Bama's linebacking core they're better. They're as team wise, they're better. They got more people to play the spot. Like Atkins, if something was to happen to him, like if he breaks his hand or something like that, and he's got to come out of the game. I ain't really been to. I mean, Winters has played good on the other side of there some, but he's in. You see him one game, the next game you don't see him a whole lot. And Keldrick Falk just absolutely zero. Don't know what happened to him this year, or I don't even. Trying to get out of this game. God, please don't go to overtime. Let's see here. Looking at some other. Say 24. Okay. Linebacker wise at Auburn. J.J. Falk. McDuff. I mean, Robert Woodard Jr., DeMarcus Riddick. These are linebackers. I don't even know any of these guys, but I know Riddick, DeMarcus Riddick. He's got 8 tackles on the year. He's played some games. God, is this game tied? Well, I ain't gonna stay on here all night. They're not gonna have the show, so we'll give them about 20 more minutes, and we're just talking about the Iron Bowl, which is what I want. I want to talk about the Iron Bowl before the bracket come on, but we're calling timeout every 5 seconds, and they're reviewing if a guy sneezed on the court or if his shoe was untied, if it's left shoe or his right shoe, and they're not sure what to call. So, let's see, linebacker wise. Okay, so team wise, the overall, like players, watching these teams play, you see how these guys are. You see what kind of talent's out there on the field. Kind of which way does that kind of want to lean for you? No. Is game over? Please. It's 24 seconds. Start a timer here. 24 seconds with 36 minutes. 36. 24 seconds. So, overall, Alabama is a better team. They're favored to win by 73%. I can see where you get down with all that. But here's the problem. Has Auburn figured themselves out? Do they have a why? I think they do. I think they have their why figured out, and their problem has just been winning. Like they just can't win. Like some teams just figure out ways to win and be winners, and when they get the ball, late in the game, you think, well, they're going to go down here and win this game. When Alabama had the ball late against Oklahoma, that last part, I'm watching that, and I'm having like hundreds of flashbacks. Boom, 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 boom. These pictures of Bama, all the way back to Jay Barker, to John Parker Wilson, to Greg and AJ and Coker and all those guys, and watch them drive the field and win a game. And you're just sitting there, standing up, watching the game, saying, come on, Bama, you can do it. This is us right here. This is exactly what we live for. They think they've got it, and we're going to go down and score and win the game. I never felt that way when Ty was taking those snaps and jam back there. For them to go down the field, all they had to just go down the field, they could beat Oklahoma. They had plenty enough time to go down and score. We've lost 13 seconds in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And that is out on Seton Hall. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. It went off him onto USC. From USC to Seton Hall. That's USC ball then. And he was going to put him on the line. Boy, it's killing me. That Auburn's whys to win. They have a why. I don't know if they did, before. And they did last year, but Freeze is just such a Eeyore, negative, downer. God, man, like he just looks so sad. Like he just does not want to be there at all. And if one bad thing happens for Freeze, he could never just move on. He could not just let it go and just put it away and get the team together, get them wrapped up around him, get up here, time out, and look in their face, say, guys, we've got to move on from this situation. We feel like our quarterback was whatever, hit late. We feel like our receiver was hit early. When he needs to be rather than the troops, he's still arguing with the refs instead of getting his players up and getting a play together. If you're going to be that guy, then give the play calls up and go out there and argue with the refs. He tripped him. It's a kickball. Now you're down 3 with 6.3 seconds. Seton Hall has no timeouts. So they're just going to keep fouling just to put him on the line. He tripped him, stuck his leg out for him. What a clown. Dude, stop. Why would you trip a guy? Number one, that's dangerous. You're trying to hurt him. Two, you're losing the game. You're not going to USC, why would he trip him like that? You're winning the game. You know they're going to call it, and then you're going to put him on the line and they're going to pull back within one. That's stupid. Move your feet. Stop getting blowed by. It's freaking lazy. So I think that that's kind of Auburn's take on this. I think they're going to be able to run the ball some. It's not all the pressure's not laid on Ashton Daniels. He is from Beaufort. He understands the game. Ty Simpson's from Tennessee. He understands the game. But Ty has the whole team laying on him because they're not going to run the ball. Number one, Bama's not going to run the ball. They won't run Ty. Number two, Grubb is – I don't know if he's been hit in the head a lot by something we don't know about, or he's not stupid. The guy's called plays for NFL. I mean, obviously he's not stupid. He's been doing this for a long time, but that don't mean he's good at it. But, Washington's teams played like this. They played close games. He can never really blow anybody out, but they usually would just figure out ways to win. He beat Dane Lanning twice last year. He's beat Sark. He's beat Kirby twice. I mean, DeBoer's, he's most of the time, 4 out of 5 times he figures it out. But there's always one time he's going to take a dump in the bed. If Bama won't run the ball, and I just don't – these are things that I'm assuming because of what I've seen in the past games this year. It's not like all of a sudden, oh. So if you can't run the ball, then you should throw screens and run draws. Wow. That's what most offensive people do. Grubb ain't done that. When's the last time you seen Bama even throw a screen? It's been a while. That's what I'm doing. You can't run the ball. You throw screens and you run draws. Run draws. Run some counters. Those bootlegs help to get him moving away from the pressure because the line's going to leak. So if you can't run the ball, they're just not going to run the ball. 2, you're not going to throw screens and draws. 3, you're like 2 for 3 for 18 for 25-yard passes up the field. You can't throw the ball. You miss field goals. He's about 3. He's going to hit 3 out of 5. It's not terrible, but He's like, what is he for now, Zach, from field goals? He's 11 for 18. Guys, we're talking about he's probably at 500. That's not real good. So they've been controlling the time of possession. Alabama has. Talking about Iron Bowl, breaking it down here, waiting on this godforsaken, the longest basketball game has been on for 43 minutes. There was like 14 minutes left, 12 minutes left in the game. 43 minutes ago. Seton Hall's down 3. No timeouts. USC's got 1 timeout. Hurry up. Start the clock. Let's get the game over with. Put the ball in play. What are you doing, fool? Why does the ref just keep standing there? Why did the clock never start? The clock never started. Never turned the clock on. He throws it in bounds. Nobody. He fouled him off the ball way down on the other past half court. Oh, my God, this is the worst game in the world. He fouled him. They didn't even throw the ball in yet. Dude, these guys are about low IQ. That's that Grubbs kid. So I hate to tell you guys, Alabama fans, I hate to say this. Can't run the ball. You can't find a running back to run it because the offensive coordinator and the running back coach, Robert, what's his name? The running back coach, he's been there 4 years. He should have been fired last year. Nobody got enough kahunas to fire him. The board won't fire the offensive line coach. He ain't got the kahunas to do it. If you can't pass it, no big explosive plays, none. Can't run it, can't kick it. I don't think, guys, is there anything else left in the game that I'm missing? Pass it, throw it, kick it. Bama does 11 for 18 kicking, not going to run the ball. I mean, they're tailbacks. You can look at their yardage and see what kind of year they're having. Passing-wise, he can hit some 7, 8, 10, 12-yard stuff. Sometimes he'll hit an open 15-yard guy, or he may be wide open. He throws it 5 yards over his head. We've seen that the past 3 weeks. And then when you get in the 3rd and long or something, if he drops back in the pocket and the offensive line is going to be really spotty, very spotty, the quarterback's going to throw a pick because he threw two against Eastern Illinois. One of them he threw right to the guy. I mean, he threw it over his head and the guy jumped, got it. Like he never even saw him. Just throw the ball, bam. The other one he threw up, one just kind of like a Hail Mary, just like a big punt, really. But still, it's a pick. He's a turnover machine. Past 6 games, he's turned the ball over. And luckily, our defense has been good enough to where when they've turned the ball over, our defense has been able to stop the guys. They've been able to stop the other team from scoring on turnovers. Well, Oklahoma snuck it in close enough. They scored 1 time, and the rest of times they just got close enough and they kicked field goals because Alabama ain't blocked a field goal in, 16 years, 15 years. So that's it. I'm just not in big favor of – I just don't see Bama beating them. They're not in any aspects of the game. All Auburn's got to do is take care of the ball. Just don't turn it over. Let Cobb run for about 100 yards. Hold Bama to probably 2 touchdowns and field goal. Hold Bama to 17. I think Auburn could probably maybe can they score maybe 21. Can they sneak one in there? Can they get there close and kick 3 field goals and score a touchdown? Something like that. Maybe Bama wins 17-16. I'm serious. I just don't. I hadn't seen there's – the only reason I doubt Auburn picking them to win is because their will to win. They don't have a will to win. They just figure out a way to screw it up. Bama does, but not all the time. Just some of the times. Their will to win percentage is higher than Auburn's. Auburn's field goal kicker is definitely better. No doubt. And no doubt they're better. Now we're gonna have a 5-minute introduction. Dude, they've been in the intro here with it's on now. This intro is not stopped for minutes. Huge introduction.
So our eyes, the pressure mounts. We'll show you the rankings, and we'll see them when you do. College football playoff top 25.
I'm gonna take these off. I can't hear. Y'all got your ESPNs on? Oh no, I didn't miss special teams. That's what I'm talking about. Field goal kicking. It's Auburn. Auburn's. Auburn wins that battle. They do.
Against Kansas State, they get up almost 500 yards rushing.
Burge is out at dinner with friends or something. I talked to him earlier today. Yeah. They're probably both tied in punts. Kickoff returns probably pretty similar. But field goal. Guys, Alabama, if you can't run the ball and you can't throw the ball deep on explosive plays, I don't. What else is there? What other aspects of the game are there? Yeah, I mean, I'd just be soon for something's. All right, here comes the rankings. All right, number 25 through. I'll put them up there, see if y'all can see them. Crap. SMU, Pitt, 21-22, Pitt, 23, Georgia Tech, 24, Tulane, 25, Arizona. It was blurry. I don't know why it was. Number 16-20, Texas, USC 17, Virginia 18, Tennessee still in this thing, 8-3. Arizona State at 20. So Texas at 16 there. And USC just lost to Oregon. Texas 16, USC 17. Michigan 15.
Touchdowns. They were 12 of 14 on third down. Go on the road, get an impressive victory.
Vanderbilt 14. Number 12, Miami. 13 is Utah. Vanderbilt 14. I wonder if I could pull it up on the screen, but make it quiet. Yeah, I do this. They shouldn't strike the video, I don't think. God darn it. BYU 11. Yeah. So BYU has Big 12 championship still ahead of them. One of the 5 highest ranked conference champions. Texas Tech is Texas Tech is probably going to be they're probably going to be like 5 or 6 or so. Let me tell y'all guys something, and nobody's going to believe me, and that's fine because I mean some of the Bama fans might, but or if they're SEC fans, you may, but Bama's going to be 10. They're not going to move them. They have told Bama that your Florida State loss is way, way more important to us. You losing the first game of the year than the schedule we talked about a while ago, them going on a 5 or 6 week hiatus of, playing 4 straight ranked opponents, top 15 teams. We don't care if you beat 4 top ranked 15 teams. The game at Georgia, biggest win in college football. It is. Georgia home record, 33 wins in a row. That means nothing. There's no reason to even keep up with it. It's not impressive. It's not impressive for Georgia to win 33 straight home games. Why is it not? Because it don't matter. Because the team that come there and beat them and knocked them out of that 33 straight home, they're below a Notre Dame team that their best win is Pitt. Pitt? Bama's best win is Georgia. The number probably 5, Georgia. And they're going to put in this Oklahoma team that I just told you that is one of the – I mean, Mateer's his QBR, guys, is like 56 on this last games. He's terrible. 8. They won by 2 points off field goals. They scored 1 touchdown. They're 8. Oregon's impressive win over USC. Where? Why is USC impressive? Have you seen their schedule? What I said last week. That's terrible. That's a freaking disgrace. They are a disgrace. That is terrible. Oregon? Do you remember how many overtime? Remember they had to play in overtime against Penn State. Ain't no need to even. We know who 5's going to be: Texas Tech, Georgia, A&M, Indiana, Ohio State. It's the same BS as last week. It's the same stuff. Let me turn the sound off. I don't need to hear it no more. I already know what it's going to look like. Yeah, probably. You're probably right, Jeff. SMU and Virginia, I think that's probably what it's going to play out. Yep. BYU, Texas Tech will be a rematch. We've already saw that. So here's the bracket. Tulane would go to number 5 Tech. Notre Dame would go to Oklahoma. Miami will go to Oregon. And Alabama will play at Ole Miss. Do you see what's going on? Can you hear me now? Let me put it on big screen so you can see it real good. Look over there on the left in the middle. See Bama and Ole Miss? Do you know what's going on? Can you see? Can you hear? Hey, hello. McFly, hello. Do you know what's going on? Can you understand what it is? It is that way because I'll just, if anybody, whoever's watching, hit the comments and just tell me why do you think that they would put this on there like that? I'm going to pause it for a second. Let's just take a look right here. Strength of schedules. Oklahoma's 8, and that's because the teams that they're playing have winning records. Alabama's is 9. Why is highest ranked 9-2 teams? Miami's at 12, right on the outside. Let's see if it'll let me go back a minute. Right there. I know y'all are probably watching it live, and that's fine. Let me see if it'll let me draw on the screen. Somebody tell me why this is. Did you notice that Ole Miss dropped 1 to 7? They're going to keep Bama at 10. They don't want Alabama in this no more. They're done with that. The Saban stuff. Hey, look, Nick, we respected you the time you were here. Blah, blah, blah. Give you a lot of little nods and winks. It's done. You lose. Yeah, I'm telling you, Alabama lose the SEC game. Everybody's like, oh, if they go to their conference game, it's an automatic in. No, it's not. If they lose to A&M, they're out. They're not putting a 3-loss. I would be super shocked if they did. But will somebody in the comments please tell me why? Jeff, Zach, let me hit Zach first. Zach says, try and weed out some of the SEC schools out of the playoffs because they know that we would fill out the top 4 and be nothing but SEC schools. Ding, ding, ding. Give the man a prize. That's why. Yep, you're right, Jeff. They will play for the SEC title. They better win it because they do not value wins. That was a lie. L-I-E. Don't need no alibi. You're a liar. They lied to us. Point blank period. Full screen. Let's take a look. Why do they do this? Because this knocks out one of these SEC teams. Bama trying to tackle old Chambliss. That's going to be a tough game. Now, regard that Chambliss probably ain't seen a defense like he's going to see if this plays out this way, which is just it's really not going to, because if Bama wins, they'll be in, right? Take this off, put this back up. Now, they're trying to get rid of some SEC teams. All right, now, here's the facts of the matter. I'm going to say that Ohio State beats Indiana by 2 touchdowns. They stay in. I don't think Alabama could beat that. They're going to have trouble with Reed. If they could, they would just have to. Guys, we can just go by what we know. That's all we can do. All we can go by, guys, is what we've seen. I'm a history major by degree. I go by. I'm a real fact based. Like, what have we seen? Bama is doing this. Trending down. Quarterback ratings, all that stuff is just worse and worse and worse, week by week by week. So Ohio State wins. They'll stay 1. Check. Number 2, Indiana would be 1 loss. That would probably put them at – probably drop them to – no, that puts them at 3 because Georgia ain't going to play in there. Georgia's going to sit over here and just play cake, say, hey, look, we'll take our 1 loss and we'll stay right here. They're going to stay at 4. A&M beats Bama. Bama's out. So what that's going to do is allow probably this winner of BYU or Utah probably could allow them to come in. I don't see Miami. They're terrible. That's not. I just don't see that. I just don't. If Alabama beats A&M in the SEC title game, do they jump them? No. You know what could honestly happen? Honestly, you could see just nothing but a mix around. Ohio State to stay 1. A&M loses in the SEC title game. They go to 4. And they may leave them in there and just swap around. Just put it. They may leave Indiana too, because then 2 put Georgia at 3. That means your 2 and 3 teams would be 1 loss. 1 and 2 would be no losses. SEC champ and Big Ten champ. Didn't even play for the conference game. They could bump 1. They'll leave them at 2 because they'll be 11-1 as a runner-up. They'll be 11-1. I'm telling you, after the way things have been done and how Petiti has called his shots and told Sankey, Greg, you're going to play 9 conference games, and we're not going to value strength of schedule. We don't really care how many good quality wins that your Alabama Crimson Tides won, because 5 of their 9 have been ranked teams. Where has 5 of their 9 been ranked? Nope. They've had 4 ranked wins. Texas Tech, how many ranked wins they got? 1. How many's Ole Miss got? 2 or 3. So all that hero stuff, we're going to play this schedule. It's going to be tough, but it's going to get us ready. Sankey said us playing 9 conference games is going to get our conference ready to play these tough teams. What tough teams? Who's tough? They don't know these guys over here play nobody. You want to go to the Big Ten and start marching down through their list? You want to go? Let's go look at the Big Ten and let's look at their number 3 through 18. They an SEC game where they're playing each other, where one SEC team is favored by 30. Ohio State's favored by 30 over Rutgers because Rutgers is trash. They're terrible. They ain't a team 3 through 16 for the Big Ten. They would all come down here and play this SEC teams. They'd be lucky to make a bowl. Somebody would make bowl game. Are you kidding? Who? Oregon would hang around there. They'd probably show up, win 8 games, 7. So playing this non-conference game stuff, you ain't gonna see no more SEC teams because if you, by God, you better not lose 2. And you're gonna play probably another another comp like and next year, like Bama play Ole Miss, they'll be ranked. That'll be 5 ranked teams. Ohio State and Penn State, they'll never play 5 ranked because they don't have 5. They ain't gonna have 5 highly ranked teams in the top 25. It's they're done with it. I heard Michigan said that in 2030 or 2031, was it 2032 or something? Some people's put out there, we might look going independent. Why not? Do what these guys over here do. Just go over here and be Notre Dame. Schedule all poo-poo teams, play 2 tough teams, lose the game, maybe catch a 125th or 20th ranked team, maybe beat them. You got 1 quality ranked win, and you get in the playoffs. Hey, sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. It's insane. Yeah, Rutgers. Woo, it's a tough one right there. I probably are 4 or 5. They've won more than 3 of those games. They would UCLA. Let's just take a look right here. All right, let's look here. Big Ten. Take one of the lower SEC teams. Let's have um, okay, Big Ten here. 6-2, 5-3. Where? Look at this garbage. They ain't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got 14 teams without even a winning record. Michigan's sneaking along, slobbily. So here's your 4 teams. Somebody write that down. Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan. There's your teams. Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take any of these 10 right here. All these teams are going to go to a bowl game. So Indiana, Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State, and Michigan. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other teams that are going to hang in here. All these teams are going to make a bowl game. Let's find the overall records. See how many bowl games team are they going to get? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These teams are none of these teams are beating any SEC teams. Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska, Iowa, Washington. Nope. So your top 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5 conference league, and that's just being nice for saying USC. I think Washington would probably be the same, be 5-3 in the SEC. So Petiti has said what he wants and what he's going to do, and that's just the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. So he's talking some jackwagon. Jeff, let's just see here, Iowa. So don't go by feeling. Let's go by what it is. So let's see about these big bad Iowa team. They've played 1, 2. They've played 4 ranked teams. They ain't beat a one. They beat one ranked team. Just double check. Nope. 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 And no. Oh, they didn't beat a ranked team. And where's Iowa State at now? I mean, this is one of their losses, a ranked team. Oh, Iowa State. Oh, that's that good team they played early in the year. They're 4-4 in their they've won 7 games. They couldn't even beat since they lost to Colorado. Iowa couldn't beat them. So no, I was tough team. Love the coach. Love the wave at the kids up there. Love all that. No, it's not. I mean, I'm just not. The Big Ten is this. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can maybe they can be an outlier down here. Maybe Washington or USC. They are going to go bowling at least, and you're going to get these scrub teams here. Iowa, Nebraska, Northwestern, Minnesota. They're going to make a bowl game. We want to go down some of their records and see how many ranked teams they won. The overall strength of schedule for the Big Ten is 37. 37. The overall strength of schedule for the SEC, 9. It ain't even close. It's 9 times worse. 9 times is 3. 3 times worse. 4 times worse. 4 times worse. And we're going to add another conference game. See, when Big Ten plays a non-conference game, well, their other conference schedule games are playing these teams here. These teams just won 4 conference games. Yeah, let's add. Can we come down and actually Bama did play Wisconsin early in the year when they had their quarterback. Maryland, Michigan State, Purdue, Illinois, Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska's a freaking mess. Iowa, we just went through theirs. They played 4 ranked teams, didn't beat one of them. USC and Michigan are the outliers, just kind of hanging around. The other 3 are the ones kind of run the conference. And Indiana is an 8-win overall team at best in the SEC. It's just not the same. Players don't run the same. They don't play the same. They don't look the same. They don't play the same. It's because it's different. We can go to the NFL and see, besides Ohio State, go look at the other teams in the Big Ten. How many NFL players have they drafted? Michigan's had quite a few the past couple of years. Harbaugh's done good. He's beat Michigan every year for years now. They won a national championship here recently. Other than that, I mean, how many NFL players you see coming out of Northwestern, Rutgers, Iowa, Illinois? You get some linemen come out of Iowa sometimes, but like we're talking about athletes, guys that score the ball. When's the last time any of those guys has done that? Purdue, number 1 draft pick coming out of Purdue, first off the board. Oh, never. It's just not the same. Maybe that's so, but winners have to win. And those games, Iowa ain't beat a not if it's just like one game, you could say it's an outlier. They ain't beat a ranked team. If there's an outlier to say that, it's just happened one time. Where would Bama's beat the most ranked teams? So where would Iowa be? Be worse than they are now. It's not the same. It's just not. It's apples and oranges. Well, quit, Jack. That's going to depend if Auburn goes bowling or not. That's really going to depend on Alabama. Let's see, Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech Friday, 3:30 Eastern. A&M at Texas will be Friday at 6:30. Arizona at Arizona State Friday late. Ohio State, Michigan, Saturday noon. Can Ohio State finally beat Michigan this year? I think so. They should beat them by 20. They should. Strength of schedule for Michigan, 14. This is pretty good. I think 14 is a good strength of schedule. That's not a bad rate. Listen, Michigan is probably the team sloping around in the dark here. Nobody's talking about them. Yeah, they're the ones kind of loping around. Don't you think so? I don't know, man. I don't see Bama being up. If you can't run it, kick it, throw it deep to make big explosive plays, you're gonna have to try to really hold the ball, run the clock, try to control the game, which they could do. They could beat Auburn, and they should. I'm saying Bama should win this game, but I don't. I just don't. Where? I mean, I'm trying to figure out this. Let me take this off. No logos. Turn this off. Bring this back down a little bit. Okay. So that's all of it. Back to the Maui tournament. Blah 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 blah. So, all right, guys. I'm not surprised at all by. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as last week. Let's see. Yep. Let's put this back up on there. We'll do this and add this. Click there. Go here. Go there. So if it goes this way as of today, which is not, because we still got some of these teams got to play each other. Still got to A&M has got to play Bama, and Ohio State has got to play Indiana. So these three here, something's going to happen. But look at old Georgia, old Kirby. He's figured it out. We're just going to hang around here. We ain't going to do a whole lot. We're just going to play our teams and just going to do our thing here. And we ain't going to have much to say about it. I mean, just going to, everybody else they're going to go out and kind of play their thing. And I think Georgia could just stay at home and just sit right there. How much will some of these others shift? Okay, let's. I think Zach asked this a while ago. If Bama wins, will they jump A&M? All right, let's see. I brought this up a while ago, and I think they could, honestly, because A&M being undefeated and Indiana being undefeated, their first loss would come in a conference game. That may hold them to keep the bye. Bama being be 10-2 if they beat Auburn. They'd be 11-2. Oklahoma still has Texas left. Texas could beat Oklahoma. That could knock them out. That could let some of these other teams. That'll get Bama losing to Auburn for sure, or Oklahoma losing to Texas. That could allow these BYU or Texas Tech winner to come in. So, answer to your question, no. There's A&M will be a one-loss team. I mean, Ole Miss got Mississippi State left. They probably should win that game by at least 20. What Oregon has their Civil War game, I guess, or they play Oregon State. They're what, top 70. Notre Dame's going to do nothing but just hang out. They're going to leave them at 9. They're not going to move them. And they're trying to keep Miami in this, so that props Notre Dame up. That's the purpose of that. So, what if BYU beats Tech? Well, let's see here. If BYU beats Tech, where would that where would that leave them at then? Let's look at BYU. Texas Tech. Let's see. That would put them at 2 losses too. So 11-2. They could probably playing in the conference game, but losing already with 1 loss. I don't think Bama would even jump them. So, that could put what in the world is going on here? That could put them. We're just making assumptions here, trying to look ahead a week or 2 weeks. Probably still at 8 or so. I mean, it really could. Bama, they may bump them to 8 or maybe 8 at the highest, Zach, I think. Yeah, I saw that. I saw what happened there. Remember the corpse at the cadets at A&M unshielded his saber and surrounded by the fans wielding it in the air. I did see that. I feel like the committee is going to have some explaining to do on the selection Sunday. Yeah. ESPN aired at every half hour they could, or was ordered to. Oh, okay. They could be in some trouble with that then. Yeah, if Texas beats A&M, they're still going to be the highest ranked. That would be 1 conference loss for them, and then you have a head-to-head, which if I had seen some scenarios, if Texas beats A&M, that would be a worse loss than Bama beating Georgia. I mean, Bama beating Georgia is not a bad loss for Georgia as it would be for Texas to beat A&M, right? Yeah. Your SEC champ could. I don't know, Zach. That's a great question. I mean, it just seems pretty clear about what they're doing with Bama. They're just saying, look, the Florida State game, you're done. We're just letting you, allowing you to be in here because you played Oklahoma close. They're moving from 10 to 4. You're going to have a 2-loss team at 4, and they're going to bump Indiana out for their only loss being in their conference game? I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all tell me. It just feels like, from what I've seen and what we've had going on for the past couple of weeks and how we've seen this thing kind of lay out, I just have a hard time seeing that a 2-loss SEC champ, they're going to put to not Indiana. I mean, just think now, A&M's only loss could be if they beat Texas and they coming in and they just Bama beats them for the SEC. I don't see Bama already beating Auburn Saturday, so none of this really matters anyway. They'll be out. They'll bump them to about 15. They're just not trending up. They're not trending up, and I don't see what proof. Again, I'm a history major. I just can't see where all of a sudden Bama, they ain't had a run game, guys, in years and years. It's not a DeBoer problem. It's an offensive line scheme problem. And Robert, what's his name, Gillespie, or Saban hired him as the running back coach years ago. I think he came in 21. I don't know how these guys still have jobs. I mean, if you want to improve something, it's always been to me that consequences have actions, right? You do something wrong, you got in trouble at home, there was consequences. You come in late and this is what you're supposed to do, and you get in trouble. There's consequences for actions. It's the way I was raised, the way I raised mine. Now, the consequences can reign different as in what the punishment should be. But, stuff like Ty turning the ball over every game. You have to – I don't know what the big deal is about just letting Mac play some. Just put him in and let him play a series and just see what happens. He can run the ball. I think that's the spark that this offense needs. You need a quarterback that can move down the field. He throws the ball well enough. Is maybe, I don't know, we ain't seen him play real play time to throw the ball good as Ty, but I mean, we've seen Ty miss wide open guys. Luckily, the defense has played good enough to keep the games close where those big misses hadn't cost them. They still would have beat Oklahoma if they just hit a field goal and turned the ball over all those times. Hats off to Womack. No wonder there's people hunting him trying to get him a job. So as far as the Iron Bowl recap, look at it however many ways you want to. There's nothing for me to base a honest, truthful opinion to say. But Auburn just usually screws it up. They just have over the years. I don't know if enough guys on this team really believe they can win. Some of the guys do, but I don't know if there's enough. I mean, listen, Auburn wins this game. Ashton Daniels could go in and be – we'll write this down. If I wish I had my notepad or something. If Ashton is 16 for 24, throws a touchdown, runs a touchdown, Cobb runs a touchdown, and they kick 2 field goals. Guys, that's 27. I mean, 21 and 2 field goals. It may be Bama has the ball late and has an opportunity to go down and score, and it's 21-27. I need to – it's recording. We're recording it, so I go back and play this spot. right here at 137. It's 21-27, late in the game, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left in the game. And Bama runs a trick play. It don't work well. It's 2nd and 8. They throw a little pass. It's dropped. It's 3rd and 8. They get a pass off. They only get 6. It's 4th and 2. With a 2-minute warning's done come and gone, minute 30 left in the game. Bama's at midfield, and it's 4th and 2. If they could get a first down and get past the 50 and get within field goal range, Zach, you going to send Talty out there to – a field goal don't win the game anyway. They're down 6. It's 21-27. I just see that's how it kind of plays out. 4th and 2, 21-27, a minute 40 left, and we need 2 yards to make a first down because the field goal is not going to win it. Or even if it is say we had already kicked 3 and it's 24-27. You need 3 just to tie it. And you sent the kicker out there to make a 40-yard field goal. Boing. What do we have to base? You just base it off what you've seen. It's not good. Maybe Ryan has 4 catches for 60 yards, and he's open. He's got him on the deep play. He's burnt Pleasant. He's up the sideline. He burnt some of their guys. Last year we saw the Lee guy. He's been picked on the most this year, and he's been burnt and played over and thrown over a lot this year, statistically speaking. He's been targeted so many times, and he's let a lot of balls get by him. And you see that matchup, there it is. He's open, win the game. He overthrows him. But as Bama fans, you believe in that magic, that here it is. I can see it happening. And this DeBoer team just can't pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jeff remembers this, and they knock on the old gumball machine, Test Aurora from the Andy Griffin show, and the gumball comes out every time. I don't know if it's like they're not ready for it, or Saban just had this way about him, which we all know is obviously different from any other coach. He's one of the best to do it. He's the best to do it ever in this modern era of football. Minute 30, Bama needs a big play to win the game. They miss it. Auburn gets the ball back with minute 30. They run the clock out, and they win by 6, 27-21. I could really see that happening. Now, the old Bama teams that we've seen, back in the day, they line that up, and, Devontae Smith or, Waddle or somebody takes off on a quick slant, and, Bryce Young or somebody hits him across the middle. That's 6. He gets out in front. He's gone. Touchdown. They give Auburn, the ball back with a timeout with, a minute 20 left, and defense has played well. I'm not really worried a lot about the defense. But if they just get close down there, and if Ashton can throw a touchdown, I'm sure he'll throw one. I think he probably will run a touchdown. And I feel like Cobb's probably going to get one too. And so they kick 2 field goals. It's easy to show you how they could get to 27. If Bama comes out fast, which is what they're going to have to do, this is the way you're going to have to do it. I'm thinking first play of the game, Bama wins the toss. I want the ball. Just saying, I want the ball first. We've got – you've got to go down and score. You've got to You've got to take it from them. You've got to go take it. But please show me, remind me, statisticians out there where Bama has opened the game with the ball and went down and scored. It's been a while. It may have been like Georgia or Tennessee. Guys, they've got the ball open several of these games, and it's 1, 2, 3 punt. It's run left, 2nd and 9, run right, 3rd and 7, miss a pass, 4th and 7 punt. Or they do make the pass, but he's not close to making the first down. It's 4th and 3. You know they can't run and get it. That's why you've seen teams like I'm pretty sure it's Oklahoma. They won the toss. They give Bama the ball at home. That's how much Venables says, you know what? Let them have the ball. We seen them run 3 plays and punt a lot here. I think my defense is good enough to stop them anyway. Give them the ball. They won the toss and give the home team the ball. You scheduled them for homecoming. They're coming there a little hot. We beat these guys last year at our place with a Jackson Arnold. He got benched, and he even got benched at Auburn. He's so bad. But he could run around enough and just keep the game going and keep it alive and let their defense play. And Milroe turned it over 4 times. So that kind of play, it's the same offense as last year. Bama's not plateaued. They are digressed. You can go back and look at his percentage. I did it last week or week before. I'm just showing you when it went from 69% to 68 to 66, 64%. It would just have to be something shocking. It would just have to be something different than what we've seen Bama do in this month. Bama open the game, take the opening drive and score the ball and score. Come out and play defense and make them punt. That would be great. If Ohio State only loses to Indiana, I'm telling you, they're loving on the Big Ten. They love Notre Dame too. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised, guys. We'll get off here and let y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I just really wouldn't be surprised if they tried to add let's see, what is this? I'm just clicking on stuff here. Thanksgiving stuff. Yeah, so I just kind of wouldn't be surprised if they just moved the top 4 around. Especially if Indiana loses, they may just put them at 4. And then them and Georgia will both be 1 loss, 3 and 4. Ohio State wins, A&M wins, but if Bama beats them, they'll just have 1 loss. They put them at 4, put Indiana at 3, put Ohio State 1 and Georgia 2, Indiana 3, and A&M 4. I mean, they'll just have 1 loss. Because we're talking about not punishing them for playing in their conference title game in the loss. But for Bama to go from 9 to 4, I don't know. I don't see it happening. And there's a lot of people that think it might. I don't. But I'm just trying to read the room and how the committee has been and how they've perceived this Bama thing. This is a 2-loss team. I just don't see it happening. So, all right, guys, we love you. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff, Zach, Yeah, I thought that too. Hey, Bama, just go out and run the ball, and they never think you'd run the ball first play of the game. That's usually what we do, and it's usually jammed for 2, and then we're stuck with 2nd 8. No run game, no deep explosive plays. Now they can do those things, yes, but we ain't seen them do it. Guys, y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving. Much love and respect. Keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God, and enjoy your short day tomorrow, Turkey Day Thursday. A lot of football. Keep your eye on the page, and we'll have scores up and news and all that kind of stuff. Had a great show. Had a lot of fun when you guys get to pull up the bracket and go through that and yak about some of the teams here. And we'll see y'all Sunday for the big show. We'll come back and talk about all these games and look at a couple of top high school games right here too. So, all right, see y'all. Peace.